Audacity. First thing we need to look at is how to name a track. We can click in that down arrow there, click name, and we can give the track a name, and the same with the second track. There doesn't appear to be a color coding mechanism. If anybody knows about that, please let us all know. We can obviously change the height of the tracks. To mark a section of track, we select the tool up here, I, and we can highlight an area of a track and select track and add label at section, and we can add a label. I'll just add label A. That means if we're over here in a section and we want it to get back, we can just click that label. We can also select a point in time. Don't select any of these options when you're trying to do that. It will simply play, and this is the timeline. It will simply play. So if I click here, it would play from 5 seconds into the track. So let's say we wanted to mark roughly 5 seconds. We mark that, and we can then go to tracks and select and give it a label, maybe X or something. So if we were over here and we wanted to go back to that specific spot, we could. Notice that down the bottom we have timings. In this case they're in seconds, whole seconds. If we wanted to, we could change the selection start time to reflect milliseconds, and you can notice here that that's not quite on 5 seconds, so this would be more accurate. You could do the same thing by zooming in and zooming out. If we zoom in, we get the timeline changes. The timeline stays the same, except we're seeing a much more refined fine detail of the sound wave, and we can edit it at that level if we wish. Some of the editing options, for instance, take this area here. We may wish to remove that. We've got two options. We can either cut it, and if we do cut the option out, it will move the left and the right side together. So we can undo that, and we can split using the edit remove special, and split cut will split that completely out of the track. We can reverse that as well. One of the things that we might want to do is to tidy up an end, so we can cut that if we wish. Another thing that is possible is to use the trim function, and what the trim function does, and it's easy to demonstrate, is it chops either side, and so we could copy that and put it into here or wherever. So one of the options that you should consider using is in the edit menu is duplicate, and that will duplicate your track. Before moving on, the other paste functions are fairly straightforward. We could copy that and move it to here. We can stop standard paste and we'll paste here and extend the length of the track. This area down here, the snap to, is something that we don't have time to go into, but there is an ability to apply a snap to a certain area, and you can change the dimensions and the fineness and grain fineness of that as well. There doesn't appear to be, as far as I can see, grid lines that you can put in. There are videos on the web that show techniques for doing it, but it's not a standard feature of Audacity. Again, if that's not the case, please advise me, but as I understand it, these are potential features that may be added in the future. Some of the other features that are required of the notes, of the assignment, is to look at fading. And fading is relatively straightforward. For instance, if we wanted to take this section here and fade that in, then we could go to Effects and select Fade In, and the sound will fade in and get larger. So we can return that by undo, and we may go to Effects, and maybe we want to fade out a section. So for instance, this ending part, we could go to Effect and Fade Out. very useful and very straightforward to do. The other thing with fading that was covered on the course was the notion of clips when you either cut or inserted or mucked around generally with the editing. Sometimes you get a little pop. Audacity does, obviously you can get in at the fine detail and do fading and control it that way, or you can use the effect and go to clip removal, or you could look at noise reduction, and both of those are quite powerful and have a number of options, which again in a small video we don't have time for at the moment. Audacity also has the ability to crossfade, and the way we can do that is, what I'll do is I'll simply just cut this section here and this section here, and cut that section, and time shift, so we can pick this as a time shift and move that to there, and mark the two areas like so, and click effect, crossfade track, and a number of settings here, but effectively we just click OK. You'll see that will crossfade, so this will fade out, this will fade in. Audacity also has in the effects menu a repeat section, so you can create cycles and loops, and finally merging is also possible, and we'll consider that next. With mixing, if we wanted to mix this track and this track, we can simply go to tracks. We've marked what we want to mix, and we can click mix and render, and we have a new track. Thank you for listening. I hope that video is a little bit longer, but as you can see we had to cover a lot in the lesson, and between the summary notes and this video that you have a bit of an understanding of what Audacity can do. Thank you.